Oh, what's up, everybody? It's your friend Cheap Ludes. Look, I was going to do my normal Monday afternoon spiel talking about the new cards that we're going to be receiving tomorrow, but I just don't care. I don't care about what we're getting tomorrow. They've scrapped the Invincibles completely, so we're not even getting any Invincibles tomorrow, so we're just getting 5 endgames, which at this stage, does anyone care about endgame cards? I really don't think anyone does. If you do, man, sound off, I guess, in the comments. Stick up for yourself. But for the most part, no one cares. We're getting Lonzo and LaMelo Ball. We're getting the Ball brothers endgame duo. Of course, they made Lonzo Bulls Lonzo because they just love to spite me, I suppose. Julius Erving is finally getting a card. Unfortunately, it's an endgame. I would have been way more hyped if he got an Invincible, personally. James Harden, it's like no one cared. Nobody wanted that. We wanted that, like, I don't know, 2 months ago. Like, we definitely didn't want that right now, for sure. And then Shawn Bradley, which, like, dude, okay. I'm not going to lie. I don't necessarily think that's, like, the best thing in the world, but seeing Shawn Bradley pull up is kind of funny. 7'6", 235, skinny white boy from BYU. He actually might move okay, so I think from a movement perspective, he might be, like, the best at all the Giants because he's so crackhead skinny. Shawn Bradley is probably going to be a demon. He might be the best center in the game, or at least one of them. But it's like really difficult. How do you say that one dude who's over 7'5" is better than the other at this stage? Like, really? Like, we've gotten so many huge dudes. Like, we got Taco out here. He's 289. People move with Taco. So I actually think Shawn Bradley might be the best, or at least the most meta of all the big men due to his, like, actual weight. So he should be able to move a little bit better. But, like, does it really matter at the end of the day if you're trying to cycle between, like, Yao Ming, Taco, Manute Bull, who's, like, ridiculously tall. He's 200 pounds, so he should be able to move relatively well. I haven't used Manute Bull because he's 300K. So Mark Eaton you could even put in there, even though he's 7'4". He's just like hulking mountain of a man. So I don't know. Mark Eaton's a buyout though. I only have 27,000 MT because these packs are the worst packs in the history of my team, which is probably an overstatement for sure. I have terrible pack luck. You guys know this, so I'm sure other packs have been just as bad. I feel like I'm just getting extra spiteful about it because, like, the game is so meta-driven that the fact that I'm not pulling anything is very frustrating to me. And I've spent, like, all of my currency over the past, I don't know, man, like 5 or 6 weeks trying to pull things and haven't pulled anything. I'm going to have to sell the Invincible Jordan just for, like, the meager scraps that I could potentially get. Anyways, look, let's be real here. My team is dead. Every November or December or so, you get people on Twitter screeching from the rooftops, digital rooftops, that, like, oh, my team's dead because they released, like, kind of a cracked card or something, or some other random thing happens. Maybe they start banning people again. Usually those people are kind of like the end is nigh guys outside of the subway in New York. You can just kind of look past them, just pretend they don't exist. But the unfortunate reality is, no, the game is 100% dead at this point. No one plays it. The next game is right around the corner. I don't even think the devs care about this game at this point. They're just trying to suckle as much currency as humanly possible out of this, like, dead husk of a game as they can. So I would expect Friday's drop to be pretty annoying. I mean, realistically, what's left, though? Like, if you go through and you really look at, like, the players that are potentially left, it's looking dismal. It's looking straight abysmal. Like, we'll get our Hito Turkaloo. I think it's going to be more of a fan favorites drop on Friday, personally. Like, we're going to see guys like Hito Turkaloo, Simbular. When was the last time we got Simbular? Because we got our Murasan already. I don't even remember what set we got Pink Diamond Sim. Like, maybe was it Season 5, maybe? It could not have been Phenoms. But yeah, we'll probably get guys like Eddie Curry, Dino Raja, Simbular. Like, these are the kind of cards we're going to be seeing. Maybe Cam Reddish, like, just like fan favorite adjacent guys. I really do not remember when we got Simbular. I know we got one at some point. Desagned. How do I say this name? Please just let me know in the comments down below because I have no idea how to say that name. Anyways, we're going to start to get some of our more fan favorite guys. I would assume Simbular is going to be in the mix, and I still think he might be one of the more broken cards in the game, straight up, because of his player build, because he's husky. You know, he's got, like, that, how Jokic operates in real life is how Simbular kind of operates within the game, dude. Either way, I beg of you, please do not spend money on this game. Like, I'm not even kidding. The game has a month of lifespan left. 2K24 is right around the corner. Look, it's still going to be the same trash game. I hate to break it to you, right? If you have delusions of grandeur and you think that like 2K24 is going to break the mold and it's going to be the good 2K, this is going to be the 2K that restores your hope and faith in the company, I hate to break it to you. It's probably going to play the same. Every single year, we all think that it's going to be a new groundbreaking experience, and every single year, it's the same thing. Every single time. I will say this game is much different than 2K22 from like the way it plays and how horrible it is, but like I wouldn't expect anything groundbreaking to happen, and for that reason, you should not reward them with any additional revenue that could point towards the end game concept being good for them. This is the sole reason I would advise not spending money currently. It's because the more money you give them, the more they think the end game stuff works, and we need them to understand that it doesn't work. Now, I didn't really do a market video. I really haven't done market videos at all, kind of since the end games dropped, but I'll go over some of the cards now. It's like, I don't really care. I guess is probably why I haven't done them, because it doesn't really matter because they're all the exact same card. So, I mean, Kawhi, T-Mac, Anthony Davis, Garnett, like, do you really care about any of them? I doubt it. I just don't think so anyway. I mean, people like T-Mac because it's T-Mac, but he's not even really that expensive at the end of the day because he's a worse version of the card that we've already seen. He just happens to play point guard, and he's still not going to be as good as like Ben Simmons or Giannis from a meta perspective, so it doesn't really matter. So no one really cares about him. Same with Kawhi, same with Anthony Davis, same with Garnett. They're all just worse versions of cards we already have because they're all the same card, right? No one cares about Garnett when like Wembanyama exists, right? Which I personally still think the Invincible Wemby is better. It's just me though. I like the Kuzma base. But, like, no one cares. No one cares about this. And then when it comes to the big men, like the Invincible big men are actually where it's at, straight up. Like, I mean, I should say Manute Bol and Mark Eaton are where it's at. And then George Mirasan's out here being huge and stuff. Of course, I spent all my currency, so I can't even afford to pick this dude up. But it doesn't matter because I barely play this game anyway, as you should. So, at the end of the day, there isn't that much from like a tantalization aspect to dangle in front of the player base at this stage to get them to spend additional revenue. I'm guessing the only thing they're going to start doing here pretty shortly is start doing really crazy position moves. So we'll start to see like a point guard Shaq, and we'll start to see like point guard Kareems and stuff like that. That's kind of more what we're going to see. They've kind of blown their load on centers from this point forward. They don't really have any big men, so I think they're going to start overloading different positions with different guys. So we're going to start to see things like a shooting guard Yao Ming or like a point guard Shaq, stuff like that. Like that's kind of the wave that we're going to start seeing in the near immediate future, at least until we get to like week 1 or 2 of season 9 when they really stop caring and they just start shoveling super packs in our face. Now we could also see like an endgame super pack to end it off with a bang this Friday. That's also very possible. Typically around this time is when they do that, and if they go by what they've been doing the last couple years, they'll throw a bunch of tiny point guards in there as the only new content and just be like, here, deal with it. But you know what? We'll see what they do. As always, it's been your friend Cheap Ludes, and I hope you have a good night. Oh, I'm going to do the Wire tier list, character tier list this week. I hurt my back. I think I talked about this in my last video. Now it seemed to have healed a little bit, so shout out to being old. It's super tight. I like it. So now I have the, I guess, the discs necessary to record more content. So that's what's up.